Hello, in this jQuery video, I'm going to show you the mouse enter event. So the mouse enter, simply put, when this mouse cursor enters the vicinity, so basically when you're hovering over a element, it gets triggered. So I'm just going to do it on a div, but you can use any selector you want. So select a div, and the event itself is called mouse enter, and then you just put a function as you normally would for any event. And now I'm just going to say console.log entered mouse. And as you can see, you might be thinking, why is it entering it here even though I'm not hovering over it? Let me inspect here and show you. And it's because this is what you call a block level element. The display is block, and that just means it spans the entire row. If, for example, I had a span which is an inline level element, and I'll just say epic span, I'll save that. I will duplicate this code. I'll just change this to span. I'll say enter div. I'll say entered span. Reload. See what we get. So nothing so far. Nothing. If we're here, still nothing. We get it only when we hover over it. But whereas if we go up, even though we're not hovering over the text, because it's a block level element, it spans the entire row. So a use case for this mouse enter could be when you hover over something, you actually do something to it. Sorry about that, got a bit too excited about the mouse enter clearly. So when you hover over it, when the mouse enters, you could do something like change the styling of it. You might be thinking, why would you do that in JavaScript and jQuery when you can achieve basically that in CSS? And that's right, you can achieve it in CSS. But with CSS, you have certain limitations. For example, maybe the actual mouse enter sort of code, or the change, if it's just a styling code, only occurs based on another event that is triggered on your page. Then you could detect that event in JavaScript, keep a record of that using some sort of variable as a flag. Then only then would the mouse enter do something. And maybe the mouse enter does something differently if that event hasn't occurred. Another thing is, maybe it doesn't actually do something to do with style. Perhaps you are creating the next and greatest video service to compete with YouTube and to compete with Netflix, and perhaps you are determined that or you have an algorithm that can detect what video the user is going to click on, let's say with 120 billion% accuracy, which would be very accurate, may I add. And as a result, what you decide is, when the user is hovering over the videos, this is what you use to determine which one they're going to click on. And while they're doing that, you start streaming that video in the background, so when you actually go to click it, it's already streamed. So that's another use case. It doesn't have to be stylistic. A lot of times it is, but it could be other, you have other use cases as well. So that's the mouse enter. I've got a separate video covering the mouse leave, which you can guess what that does. Feel free to check out that video. If you have any questions, pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.